We have been hearing rumours in Addis Ababa for some time that there may have been something wrong with the Prime Minister. He'd not been seen in public since before June. He missed a very important summit meeting of the African Union in Addis, the Ethiopian capital, some weeks ago. But officially, his advisors and his spokespeople and the government as a whole had denied that there was anything wrong with him. This morning, I think, some shock and surprise internationally, but definitely within Ethiopia as well, where they may not have been as prepared for this as they might have been. Meles Zenawi, the Prime Minister, was very much the strongman of his party. There is no clear succession. There is not a finance minister or a defense minister or another member of the party, clearly the person who Mr. Meles was grooming to be his successor. I don't see anybody who has that strength of Mr. Meles himself, the charisma and the force of personality, to keep the country moving forward as smoothly as he had been doing. We can never forget that Meles Zenawi came to power as a commander in a guerrilla army, which came down from northern Ethiopia to take control and kick out the previous dictator, Haile Mengistu Mariam. So I think it's fair to say that Meles Zenawi never really lost that soldier's mindset, that idea of hierarchy and control that comes within a military hierarchical framework. Now, what that meant when he was a civilian prime minister was that increasingly he was criticized for brooking no dissent whatsoever. During the 2005 general election, famously one of the more democratic, it looked very close-run thing between Meles's party and the opposition. In response to that, Meles put the army and the police on the streets, opened fire on protesters, and dozens, if not hundreds, were killed. I think that's an indelible stain on Meles's legacy and led to increasing focus, shall we say, on other aspects of his human rights record. There were increasingly crackdowns on newspapers, on journalists, on bloggers. This is not the kind of thing that Tony Blair meant when he said this is a new breed of African leaders. And I fear that Meles's legacy, internationally at least, may well be split evenly between economic miracles and helping us out against terrorists, and internally quashing dissent and facing criticism for that human rights record domestically.